The Razer Huntsman keyboard is out and everyone is talking about it, whether it's good or bad. So I'm going to help you figure out if maybe this is the keyboard for you. Yo, what's the deal, guys? How are you doing today? My name is Joshua Lopez and I'm here to help you grow and elevate your live stream and gaming experience. So whether you're just starting off or you know what you're doing and you want to pick it up a notch, make sure to subscribe right here and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss out on any of the valuable content that's coming up ahead. In addition to that, I do stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So if you want to ask any questions regarding any of the videos or just hang out and see what I do, make sure to follow me there. So you're probably seeing something different. Had to move the room around and the wall that I used to record on, I'm actually facing right now, so you get to see my system. If you have any questions about that, you can check this video out right here. But the wifey wanted to stream, she's doing her own thing, so putting her in another bedroom. So if you want to see her stream, I'm gonna drop that down right here. So before we get into this video, I know it's going to be very touchy because there's people that love Razer and there's people that absolutely hate Razer. And I'll be honest with you, all my peripherals are Razer. However, this is not going to be a biased review. I want to provide you with as much information as I can to help you decide if this is the keyboard for you. I'll try to not use my personal opinions until the very end when I talk about my thoughts and opinions. I will also have a dedicated sound test comparing this keyboard versus a couple other keyboards so you can get a general idea of how it sounds. And if you do decide that this is for you, I will drop a link down below so that you can purchase this keyboard. So what is the Razer Huntsman Mini? The Razer Huntsman Mini is a 60% keyboard. You're not going to have any F function keys, number pads, up and down arrows, left and right arrows, or delete and such. The main purpose of this keyboard is for space. Now, you don't lose functionality. You are still able to do pretty much everything you can with the full size, but in a small package. So for all you gamers that use a low DPI when it comes to your mouse, you're able to get way more room and get those accurate shots with a smaller keyboard. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I love Razer. The main reason why I started was because of the Razer Huntsman Elite. That keyboard was really good. It was loud, but I really liked that it had a wrist rest, and around the wrist rest and the keyboard, it had RGB all the way around. That was the main reason why I got it. And I wanted everything to match, so I got the mouse, I got the headset, and I ended up getting the mount that holds the headset. But in no way am I committed whatsoever with Razer. They did not pay me for this video. I used my own money to get this keyboard, and I was actually on the hunt for a 60% keyboard. I had actually purchased an An Pro 2, and I was using that for a few weeks, and then this keyboard came out, so I had to get it. And in addition to that, I had some buddies lend me a couple of their keyboards too, just so that I can get the right feel. So just like you're on the hunt for a 60%er, so am I. Now, this keyboard is going to come out in two different colors. You can get it in black or you can get it in white. And I purchased mine from a Best Buy, but you can also purchase it from the same store or get it on Amazon. Unfortunately, the only option right now that you can get is the clicky purple, but in August 31st, you can get the red linear switches. Funny thing is when it first hit Best Buy, they were pretty loaded and I was a little bit hesitant to get it. And I went a few days ago and it was sold out. So it just goes to show people want this. So I ordered mine. I was able to get it the next day. So depending on how you want to purchase it, just kind of do your own thing. As far as what's in the box, I don't want to start this on a bad foot. However, I was a little bit let down. You get the keyboard, you get the instruction manual along with the same letter that's in every Razer peripheral, and you get some stickers. Not too sure where you want to put them, but there you go. And the last thing in the box is going to be the USB-C to USB-A cable. Now, one thing that impresses me is that Razer has always had some really nice cables. These cables come with a bungee that you're able to pretty much wrap everything around. And their USB sides always come with these little cap. I like these caps. However, I've never actually used them or put them over any other USB device. It's just kind of something that I like. Another feature of Razer is that all their USB comes color coded, so whenever you're unplugging or unplugging, you know which cable is what. One of these things I would have liked to have received, because you are paying a premium for this item, is maybe some extra keycaps or a keycap puller, similar to what Ann Pro and Ducky does, but unfortunately there weren't any extras in this. Now, getting into the construction of this keyboard, it's made up of a metal top plate over a plastic case, and also said to have factory lubricated springs, but I'm not able to tell. As far as the weight, it feels very lightweight, and it was coming out to 430 grams. It does have some grip underneath in 4 different spots. However, the legs don't have rubber. Instead, it's a soft, hard plastic. So I'm not too sure how that's going to feel whenever you're playing a little bit aggressive. You do get height adjustments of flat, 60 degrees, or 90 degrees. And out of all of these, I was more comfortable at the 90 degrees. The backside does give you some cool texture that says for gamers by gamers. And overall, the construction feels fair. It doesn't feel cheap, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it really outshines anything. Getting into the keycaps, the functions, and the switches, this keyboard comes with double shot PBT caps and it feels good. The texture on here at first was a little bit weird looking, but it feels really good. But if you want, you can purchase aftermarket caps since it's a 60% standard layout. Razer also sells their own keycaps for $30. It comes in black, green, white, and pink, or quartz. So the biggest selling point on this keyboard is its switches. They are optomechanic, which means they use infrared light to pretty much actuate the action, making this the fastest 60% keyboard outside of going custom. And also, because it is light that is sending the signal and not a contact, you're also getting a shorter actuation distance at 1.5 millimeters and an actuation of 45 grams. So it's very easy to press these and you don't have to bottom out on the board just to make contact. The font on the keyboard is very clear, very attractive, and the second function fonts and symbols are also very clear. However, the main text is the only thing that shines light through. The second functions don't show any illumination, and even though you may be able to see them in a lit room at night with the lights off, you're probably going to have to memorize each and every single one of those. Now, there is some movement in this keyboard, but I don't want to call it wobble like everyone seems to be saying. My Huntsman Elite that I used for over a year felt really stiff, nice and tight, and didn't move. However, this isn't the same feel that I'm feeling on the Mini. I also compared it to the Am Pro, which actually seemed to have real wobble with the Gateron Brown. And comparing it to the Ducky Cherry Browns, the Mini had more movement. Razer is known for its very nice RGB. The lighting is very vibrant from a top view through the caps, but since the back plate is black and not white, any other angle isn't as good. If you want the RGB to shine off everything, I would recommend looking at the white keyboard. Just like all the Razer peripherals, the lighting is controlled through the Synapse application. But Razer has done something different this time and has included onboard RGB lighting control. But let's just hold it right there a moment, because something I found very interesting was that when I did have it plugged into my computer that has the Synapse application, I was not able to use onboard functions. Rather, I had to use the actual application to change the lights. So I was kind of confused and wasn't too sure if the keyboard was broken. So what I decided to do was plug it into my Xbox that has no application to see if it worked. And sure enough, it did. But one of the things that gets me is, why have onboard function if I can't use it at my personal computer? Nonetheless, maybe that option is there just so you don't load your computer with more software. So if you don't like any additional things like that, hey, maybe that's good for you. But let's go ahead and take a look at the 6 onboard lighting functions. The only thing to talk about now is the price. And for a good old $120, you can own this keyboard. Is that a lot? Is that cheap? Well, compared to other keyboards like a Ducky, it's kind of up there. The purple switches are going to run you $120. And if you want to go the red linear way, that's going to cost you an additional $10, so $130. But hey, let's not forget, if you want the additional keycaps, that's $30. So if you were to do that, you're going to pay $160 just for this keyboard. And the last thing to help you decide if this keyboard is for you is a sound test. And in this sound test, I'll be using an AKG Perception 420 condenser microphone that's plugged into my Go XLR. I will remove all EQ and noise gate so that you can hear this keyboard raw. So what are my thoughts on this keyboard? First off, it's hard to say, but I'm not too sure if I will use this keyboard. It's extremely loud. It's louder than my Huntsman Elite, and there's a little bit of a ringiness whenever you pull off of the cap. Now my Huntsman Elite did the same thing, however it was a lower pitch, so it really didn't get annoying. However, this one on the Mini is very high pitched, and if I'm working or doing emails, I'm not too sure I want to be hearing that the whole time. Also, another factor is because it does have stabilizers, it does do some noise. You'll hear them. Now, it's not anything that's gonna change the way I play, but it's just another thing to add on. It's very loud. But other than that, this board feels good. It's not cheap and it's not ugly. It's very attractive. And I think that if myself or anyone else would get over the loudness it is, would actually really enjoy this keyboard. Now, as far as recommending it for early streamers, this isn't something that I would recommend. And that's because when I run this keyboard, I have to have a very heavy noise gate just to tone out the clip. And at its price point, it's very steep, and especially if you're unsure you like it. But if you don't care about the noise, you don't care about the price, and you just want the space, and you need something that reacts fast, that feels very light, this is the keyboard for you. I think that this is a competitive keyboard. Competitive in the sense of online gaming. You want to be the fastest, you want to be the best. I would say, yes, get this keyboard. But if you're streaming and just doing some daily work, might not be for you because it is loud. You don't want everything being picked up on your stream, and if you're at work or you're just doing stuff by yourself, you're pretty sure you don't want to annoy yourself. So that's my thoughts. That's what I think about this keyboard, and that's what I've gathered myself. So if you have any questions, let me know down below. And if I've missed something out or you need me to answer something, again, drop a comment down below. And also remember, I do stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And for maybe the next 2 weeks, I will be using this keyboard so you can see how it sounds. But in the meantime, thanks for sticking around, guys. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk soon. Peace.